What's going on, craft beer lovers? Today I am here with one of my favorite beers, favorite ales, let's be real, in America, and I'm not the only one. This is, of course, Bell's Two-Hearted Ale, an IPA that is currently, I believe, ranked the #1 craft beer in America. And it's always been near the top of the charts. I guess I'm looking up some of the history. It was #2 in the country for a long time, became #1. You may ask who's rating this. I believe it's by the Craft Brewers Association, or the Home Brewers, maybe the Home Brewers Association of America. There's a note somewhere, but I lost track. Where'd it go? Doing my research. It is brewed with only one type of hops, 100% Centennial hops from the Pacific Northwest, named after the Two-Hearted River in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So Bell's is a Michigan brewery. Is it Kalamazoo, I believe they come from. So you probably know about this beer if you drink craft beer. Probably heard of it. It's got this relatively ugly picture of a fish on it. I think I probably would have tried it earlier, but as I've mentioned in many of my reviews, I am big on branding and labeling, and not that I think that is more important than the taste of the beer, but I've always claimed that with this kind of experience of drinking delicious beer, I like it when the brewery puts a lot of thought into every part of the experience and the concept. So, not the most appealing. It's grown on me, right? Because now it means a really good beer. But so it's got 100% Centennial hops, and I used to know what kind of malts they're using. It was here somewhere. In fact, they said that this was first brewed. The first version was in 1997, and I guess Bell's has been around for many decades, and I read a funny note that they had to call their ales beer for quite a while because they were afraid of intimidating people back in the day by calling it ale. People in America just wanted beer. They didn't want any ale. They're like, what the hell is that? I don't want that. That sounds too weird or too intense or something. So now we're happily in 2020, and the word ale is no longer a dirty word. In fact, it's a good word. So this is an American IPA. Their description is a perfectly balanced American IPA brewed with 100% Centennial hops and bursting with aromas ranging from pine to grapefruit. I would definitely concur with that, and I would also add that it has kind of a real classy, real classic yeast aftertaste, kind of that bread, light bready taste that I associate with some of the really nice craft beers, especially some of the paler ales and the IPAs. This was canned on, if I can read this, packaged 07, I can't read that, that makes no sense to me, I have no idea. Oh, September 23rd. Wow, these labels are always so hard to read. I was looking at some frickin' Lagunitas, canned dates in the store, and I was like, you know what, I just literally can't tell what any of this means. I just put them all back because I had no idea if it was canned yesterday or canned 2 years ago. So come on, guys, let's make it real easy to read the canned on dates. I don't know, maybe it makes selling beer harder or something, but sure makes buying it easier when I can tell when the freaking thing was canned. As always with pale ales or IPAs and hoppier stuff, you want to drink it as fresh as possible, usually within 90 days, 60 days, 30 days of when it was canned. Or if I could, I would drink it right from the brewery. So it's a 7% ABV, and I'm not going to say too much more. I love this beer. Everyone I've given it to has liked it. I shared it with my mom recently, and she's not somebody who's going to be drinking IPAs typically. She thought it was good. Whoa. And, she really liked it, and I was so glad to see that, and I shared it with my dad, and my dad does not really go for beers or alcohol at all, and, good for him. I mean, it's healthier not to, I suppose, but, it's hard to find any kind of alcoholic drink my dad would enjoy. He liked it. I'm not saying he's going to go out and start buying six-packs, but I was astonished that this Two-Hearted Ale IPA was a hit with my mom and my dad, and I know I love it, so I'm just saying it's a very well-rounded, they say, perfectly balanced, and I think that's maybe the best word for it. Don't have much more to say. Let's crack it open, pour it. After I pour it, I'm going to go get one of those pictures I always get, so you can find it on my Instagram, @CraftChristianReviews, and then I'll stop back and do the smell and the taste and let you know how it all goes, okay? So let's crack it open. Nice and fresh. By the way, it's the 1st of December right now, today, so I mentioned the can date, but not what today is. Look at that color. Okay, I'll be right back and grab a picture. And we are back. Go find that at Craft Christian Reviews on Instagram. I feel like the craft community is actually a lot more active over there than it is on YouTube. So go find it. There's a bunch of cool pictures of recently interesting beers. Now, you might have gotten a quick look at the color, but Lord, that is beautiful. I don't know what to call that. I'm kind of colorblind, and naming colors is like something I'm absolutely terrible at, but pretty beer, beautiful head, nice and lasting, pristine white, perfect consistency. It just smells like, oh man. I mean, I guess I would say grapefruit, orange, and pine, and just, it's kind of sweet smelling, not like sugary, almost a little bit floral. I mean, it just smells so good. It's a complex and delicious smell, the perfect smell of an IPA. I don't mean to be a fanboy here, okay? I know everyone's already said how good this beer is, and I guess I'm just here to say I agree. This is a beer that I always like. The entire smelling and tasting of it is always just so nice. So let's give it a taste test right now. It's just so refreshing. There's so many interesting little taste that goes through. It's not what I would call restrained, but it's also not in your face. It's a you know, it's a strong taste. One of my other favorite IPAs, the Yellow Rose IPA, is much more delicate, and this is a strong, firm beer, firm IPA. With just a lot of taste. Almost reminds me of like sweet grapefruit bread or something. You know, it's bitter, but not too bitter. Just perfectly balanced. It really is. You want a representative IPA that shows you the strength of this style. Or you want to find out what the Centennial Hops, if they're featured in a beer, what they're going to taste like. Grapefruit and pine. I've been running errands all day, working real hard all day since I got up early and done all sorts of stuff. Installed a security camera in my house and been all over the place, really. Working on my motorcycle that you can see behind me. And so I'm just, you know, I think I deserve a little bit of a break, take a, you know, knock back one beer and get back to work. So I don't have much more to say. It speaks for itself. It looks great, smells great, easy to find. I mean, that's the other great thing. It's just not hard to find this beer, and it's not wrong to say it could easily qualify as, you know, the best widely accessible craft IPA in the country. So feel free to disagree, by the way. So I'm going to wrap this up and say, if you like this kind of content, leave me a subscribe, but most of all, leave me a comment. I want to know what you think about the Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. If you like it as much as I do, I'm sure this is going to start a comment war, but I think it's one of the best, really is. I don't think it's a hype beer. I think it's just freaking good. I love to get it every time. I find myself reaching for it. I find that the cans disappear when they're in my fridge, and you always know, I got all these interesting beers in my fridge. I'm doing reviews, but when it comes down to it, I can measure my enjoyment of a beer by how fast the six-pack needs to be replaced. And I can have, you know, all sorts of weird stouts and crazy Berliner Weisses and stuff, sours and barrel-aged stuff, but these IPAs are the ones that... Oh my god, the wind is going nuts. These IPAs are the ones that vanish first, okay? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of all this stuff. If you have any other top IPAs, I am going to look for them. This is my favorite style. And until next time, I will say enjoy whatever you're drinking, and stay safe, and enjoy your December. Okay? See you in the next video.